Hello, good morning students. Today I am going to teach you Standard 8th subject Geography, lesson number 4, Structure of Ocean. Students, in this chapter we are going to study the following points. Points are continental shelf, continental slope, abyssal plains, mountain ranges and plateau, marine deeps and marine trenches, and marine deposition. So let us start our lesson. Students, we know that the proportion of water and land is uneven on the earth. Around 71% of the surface is covered by water, but there is land even below this water. But like water, it is not at the same level. So, we classify the various landforms on the earth on the basis of altitudes. We have studied about the altitudes, right? A similar classification can be done for landforms submerged under the water. The relief of ocean flow. Land submerged below oceanic water is called the ocean flow. So what is called the ocean floor? Yes, land submerged below oceanic water is called the ocean floor. The relief of ocean floor is decided upon by the depth from the sea floor and the shape of the land over there. The average depth of the oceans is around 3,700 meters. The ocean bed is also uneven like the land on the continents. The ocean floor relief consists of all submerged landforms. Students, you know the structure of the ocean floor differs from ocean to ocean. We will look at the sequence of landforms and the details of major landforms on the ocean floor. As we go away from the coast areas, the structure of the ocean floor changes. Our next point is continental shelf. Now, what is continental shelf? Yes, let us see. The land near the coast and submerged under the sea is called the continental shelf. Okay, this is the shallowest part of the ocean bed. It is also called submerged coastland. Its slope is gentle. The extent of this continental shelf is not uniform everywhere. It is narrow along the coast of some continents, while it is broad for hundreds of kilometers at others. Its depth is up to 200 meters below the sea level. The continental shelf also is very important from the point of view of humans. Extensive fishing grounds are found in the continental shelf. As this part is shallow, the sunlight reaches its bed. Algae, plankton, etc. grow here. This is food for fish. So what is the food for fish? Yes, algae and plankton and even more are all these foods for fish. Natural gas, mineral oil and various minerals can be obtained by mining the continental shelf. For example, Mumbai. It is highly located on the continental shelf of the Arabian Sea. It is a source from where we obtain mineral oil and natural gas. Now let us go to the next point, that is continental slope. Now what is continental slope? Let us see. After the extent of continental shelf is over, the slope of the seabed becomes steeper. This is called continental slope. The depth of the slope is from 200 meter to 3600 meters. In some places, it is more. The continental slope is narrow. The lower boundary of continental slope is considered to be the boundary of continents. So, our next point is abyssal plains. What is this? Okay, let me tell. Beyond the continental slope lie the abyssal plains, which are the flat part of the sea level, that is seabed. The abyssal plains consist of various submerged landforms like hills, plateaus, etc. Now let us study something about mountain ranges and plateaus. The hills and mountains found on the ocean bed are called submerged hills and mountains. These hills are hundreds of kilometers wide and thousands of kilometers long. Peaks of some of the submerged hills come above the sea level. They are visible to us as marine islands. Iceland in the Atlantic Ocean, Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal are examples of this. The summits of some marine islands are flat and extensive. They are called oceanic or submarine plateaus. For instance, Chagos Plateau in the Indian Ocean. Now let us see something about marine deeps and marine trenches. What is the meaning of deeps and what is the meaning of trenches? On the ocean bed, there are some landforms which are deep, narrow and steep. They are called marine deeps or trenches. You can see in this picture, right? Generally, the shallower ones are called marine deeps, while deeper ones and extending for longer distance are called trenches. The trenches are thousands of meters deep from the sea level. The Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean is the deepest trench in the world. Its depth is around 11034 meters. The mid-oceanic submerged hills and marine trenches are geologically the most active areas of the ocean bed in the world. There are many active volcanoes over here. These areas are also called as earthquake-prone areas. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occurring in the ocean bed give rise to tsunamis in the nearby coastal areas. Now let us go through marine deposition. The marine beds are the deep parts of the world in respective regions. Therefore, various deposits are found in these parts. Deposits like pebbles, clay, soil, etc. are brought by rivers, glaciers, etc. from the continents. The deposition occurs mainly on the continental shelf. These are called marine deposits. Second, lava and ash erupting out of volcanic eruptions is also found over here. Fine soil particles are deposited on a large scale. Remains of marine plants and animals are mixed in these deposits. This mixture is made up of fine particles and lies in the form of a fine clay. This is around 30% of the deposits. These are called marine ores. To understand the form of the marine life in the ocean and the availability of minerals on the ocean bed, these deposits are very important. And sedimentary rocks are formed due to the depositing of layers. Over layers of the sediments and the pressure of seawater. Beside this all, some human-induced material is also found over here. This includes sewage, solid waste, radioactive material, waste chemicals, plastics, etc. These waste prove hazardous to the hydrosphere. These materials are extremely harmful to the marine life and its environment. Through the polluting components are less, their nuisance value is more. Students, you have to always remember that mean sea level. What is a mean sea level? Let us see. Elevation or depth of any place is measured from the sea level. The average of the highest high tides and the lowest low tides is considered as sea level, right? This average is taken to be zero and altitudes or depths are measured and shown in positive or negative values. For example, Mount Everest is 8,848 meters high and Mariana Trench is 11034 meters. So it's more high than the Mount Everest. For survey purpose, in India, the height of the sea level at Chennai is considered to be zero and the elevation at any place in India is measured with reference to this. Thank you.